Oh my goodness, look at this place. I'm gone for what, like 3 weeks and this is what happens? I mean, look, Keith, you may be a completely hopeless slob, and I don't care what your living space looks like, but I'm f***ing Linus from Linus Tech Tips. You might have heard of it. When I'm coming into the studio, clean up and put some pants on.
I like the breeze.
The VR headset game is gonna heat up in the next few months. That's not to say that your eyes will be hot. That's to say that competition and such. It looks like Canon, of all companies, wants to throw their hat into the ring too. At a VR expo in New York, the company showed off a VR display without a strap. It has 2 handholds instead, so you have to actually physically hold it up to your face in order to use it. The headset apparently features a resolution of 2560 by 1440 pixels per eye for a total of 5,600 by 2,800 pixels. That is quite the claim, but of course we'll have to wait for official details to confirm that, but if it's true, that is very impressive, although the whole handheld thing kind of ruins it. I mean, I guess I could, also just go back to the days of, pressing the little button to see the next slide, which, oh man, Canon, you guys are so funny. Speaking of companies that make cameras, DJI has announced 2 new cameras meant for use with their high-end Inspire 1 drone. The Zenmuse X5 and X5R use a micro 4/3 sensor and offer 13 stops of dynamic range, 16 megapixel resolution for stills, and the ability to shoot 4K video at 24 and 30 frames per second. The cameras are basically identical, except the X5R will support a removable 512 gig SSD to record 4K video at 1.2 gigabits per second. They'll both initially support 4 wide-angle lenses made by DJI, Panasonic, and Olympus, and can apparently be set up and flying in 3 minutes. 3 minutes? 3? Half-Life 3! Speaking of Half-Life 3, Valve has officially released the 2nd iteration of their Source game engine. Without much fanfare, actually. I mean, Dota 2 Reborn, the new version of their popular MOBA, has actually been running on Source 2 in beta since earlier this year, but yesterday Valve ended the beta and switched Dota over to Source 2, so yay! Source is the engine behind many of the PC's most loved games, including CSGO, Left 4 Dead, Portal, and Half-Life, so many gamers are wondering why Valve chose Dota, a pretty undemanding game, to showcase the power of Source 2.0. But hold on a second, maybe they're preparing a Source 2 plus 1 equals 3? This joke's old! Quick Bits, a company called Aqua Computer. Do you really have to say a company called Aqua Computer? They've been around for like a decade.
Have they?
Has announced a full coverage water block for the R9 Nano, meaning you could potentially get full fat Fiji performance while making the Nano actually even smaller at the same time. It's a win-win. Qualcomm thinks drones are basically just flying smartphones, so they've announced the Snapdragon Flight, a quad-core 2.26 gigahertz chip based on the Snapdragon 801 chipset meant for use in next-generation drones. Speaking of drones, the new Bird, that's with a Y, from ProDrone folds up nice and small and can carry up to 4.5 pounds, much more than its competitors, the Geese. The Russian government has mandated that all gas stations in the country must be outfitted with an electric vehicle charging station by November 1st, 2016, in an effort to be greener. Little do they know, Greenland is very far away, and they have pretty much no claim to its land unless they, try to claim it or something. I mean, they sort of do that thing. Some users that have automatic updates enabled are reporting that Windows 10 is being installed on their upgrade-compatible PC, even if they didn't reserve an upgrade, taking up 6 gigs of space. Well, it's not really installed, Keys, it's downloaded. But anyway, it won't force you to actually install the upgrade, but just knowing that it's on there somewhere makes some people sick to their stomachs. News sources for all of today's stories can be found in the forum post linked in the description. Hippopotamostranoequipdaliaphobia, Twitter something. The worst part about shopping online is placing your order, handing over your hard-earned money, and then having to sit and wait until the shipment arrived. What are you supposed to do until then? Go outside? We feel ya. That's why NCIX is launching their same-day delivery program. It's only in the Vancouver area for now, since that's where, like, the main warehouse is and stuff. And you can check out the list of eligible postal codes to see if you're in the area of effect. Just more for spells than new services. But if you are, all you gotta do is place your order by noon Pacific time, and you'll receive it the same day by 10 p.m. So, to be fair, you still do have to wait around for a bit. But it's only for a maximum of 10 hours. I mean, that's not even enough time to get depressed, contemplating the inevitability of death. So, click here or the link in the description for all the details. All right, that's it for Netlink Daily, guys. Thank you for watching. Click here for more videos. Here to follow these guys on social media for some reason. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this from NCIX. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go put on some pants myself because I feel like setting a good example might be a good influence on Keys over there.
That's the only reason I wasn't wearing pants. So, I look up to you, Linus.
You can't. I'm short.